What's going on, y'all? It's Talk to Him Entertainment. It's your boy Talk to Him, Jay.
Boy, Fliz out.
And this is, again, Talk to Him Entertainment, man.
Talk to him.
What's going on? How y'all feeling?
Pretty good.
You all right? Y'all all right? Eddie,
What's up? I'm
you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
you awake?
I'm awake.
What you got in your tropical? You got a tropical smoothie over there?
Yeah, I got an island green.
An Island Green.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm a Bahama Mama kind of guy.
Y'all unhealthy, that's why. That's cool.
Bahama Mama's not healthy?
We're unhealthy.
Nope.
How you feeling, Floyd?
I'm chilling, man. I got my suit on, man.
Yeah, man, we looking
They can't. I'm
nice,
unfuckable.
especially for Black History Month. Look real sophisticated.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Feeling great. We got a great interview today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to introduce yourselves and like say y'all name?
Yes, sir. Hey, what's going on? Talk ENT, right? That's how you
Talk
say
to him, ENT.
Talk
yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna talk to y'all today, man. I'm Officer Azaziah from Israel United in Christ.
Officer Sampson, Israel United in Christ.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all for having us on. All praise to the Most High God.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Appreciate y'all, brothers, man.
It's been in the works for a while, man. Yanni hit me up for a minute.
He's very persistent.
Yeah. Man, like every other weekend, I'm like, man, my job schedule changed. I couldn't really schedule nothing right now, so I'm like, you know what? Weekend I get a weekend off. I'm locking y'all in. Like we go get one in. As I told him, but yeah, very persistent. Yeah.
So, like, I'm going to just start it off. Like,
Come on.
what are Israelites?
That's an excellent question. So, Israelites. I'll start it off by saying this. Israelites are a different movement than any movement you ever heard of in your life. It's not the Christian church. It's not Islam. It's not some other thing you've heard of. It's not that. Israelites are who we are, what we've always been. But billions of dollars have been spent to make it so that all of us never knew that history. All y'all go to church? Any of y'all go to church?
Yeah.
In church, you hear that Jesus is white. On the wall, I grew up in the Baptist church, right?
Yeah.
On the wall, I walked in, it was a white Jesus. I would sit there and look at it like, why is Jesus white? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would always think about it, but I never knew the answer until about 8 years ago. So if you know anything about Israel United in Christ, we're a Bible-based movement. We do everything from the scriptures. We're about the scriptures. And that's how we find out who we are as a people, right? So I'm going to show you. You said, who are the Israelites? I'm just going to go through a series of questions to see who these scriptures identify with. Go to Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Who are the Israelites? That's an excellent question. Before I speak, have y'all seen the Book of Clarence?
Oh, I ain't seen that movie.
Man, y'all fooling, bro. You
The
gotta
Book of
go
Clarence?
see it. The Book of Clarence.
Is it on Netflix?
No.
Is that
No,
the one
it's
that
in the
just
theaters
came
right
out?
Yeah, it just came
With,
out.
Yeah, it's in theaters right now.
Lakeith
Stanfield.
Yeah,
Stanfield.
that looked good. Yeah,
Bro, it was
wanna see
excellent, bro.
It was?
I
Okay.
seen it twice.
Yeah. All right.
It's I'm trying to think. When you watch it, you gotta watch it with the right eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's how good it is. I'm gonna explain. I might talk about it a little bit. I'm not
Okay.
gonna spoil nothing for y'all. But go see it.
Yeah.
You seen The Harder They Fall?
Yeah. With
Same guy.
the cop. Yeah, the cop.
Yeah,
Okay.
same
Yeah.
guy.
Okay. Bet.
So on The Harder They Fall,
Oh. Yeah, you tripping.
on The Harder They Fall, he was showing that there was black cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this, he's showing that Jesus, the 12 apostles, everybody in the land at that time was all black, except
Right.
for the Romans who were white people.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go see it.
Yeah.
Check this out.
The Romans was the ones who tried to force their religion on people, right?
The Romans were the ones that had us in slavery
Right.
in the time of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
The
Israelites, right?
Israelites.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So check this out. Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So the words that we read in Deuteronomy is what Moses spake to all of the Israelites. You with me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. So how do we identify the Israelites today? We have to read the scriptures about them to see who they are. So watch this. Go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So he said, as a people, if you don't listen to what God is telling you, read
to observe to do all his commandments and statutes which I command thee this day,
that what.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake
So
thee.
just like your moms would say, if you don't clean the bathroom, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Right?
Yeah.
This is how God said to his children, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to whoop your ass. So how did he do that? Read verse 16.
Verse 16, cursed shall thou be in the city,
Come on.
and cursed shall thou be in the field.
So as a people, right? When you go to Atlanta, Houston, give me some more cities.
Detroit,
Detroit,
New York,
Atlanta,
Baltimore,
Chicago, Baltimore.
Philly.
Who's 99% of the time, who is on the poverty area?
Yes.
Us.
Urban, yeah.
And we wonder why, right?
Yeah.
But the Bible just said, cursed,
We're being
punished.
Punished.
The curse is punishment. Shall you be in the city?
Yeah.
That's why you see George Floyd. He had a knee on his neck, calling for his mom. Nobody saves him.
Right.
That's why a sister can run in. I seen a video. This white woman ran into this brother's house, shot him because she thought she was in her home.
Well,
Killed him. Remember that?
The cop.
Yeah, the cop.
Amber
What was her
Geiger,
name?
I think.
Yeah, Amber Geiger.
Yeah.
She killed the brother, and then she got what I think they put her ass in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that kind of they fought tooth and nail. She almost got off,
She almost got like a slap of the
and
wrist.
she only got like 10 years.
Yeah.
She should be under the jail. She killed the man in
I
cold
feel like
blood.
they only be giving people like the times to like appease us, to like shut us
Right.
up for real. Like, yeah, okay.
That's facts.
Yeah.
But they say, "Cursed shall you be in the city; punished will you be in the city." What?
No, I heard this because I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. I heard this on his I forgot what album it was. I think it was To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
damn.
And his cousin was singing it, like saying like it's like black people is the true Israelites and like we are cursed people because we like chose to follow other things and this and that and so I was wondering like okay, so now I'm making a connection now. That's all I was
Yeah.
That's
pointing
facts.
out.
Even when you look at, y'all watch basketball?
Yeah.
Did y'all see what happened to Kyrie
With the
maybe about last
when
year?
he posted
Yeah,
that
about the Jew anti-Semitic
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
He posted a movie saying that black people was the true Israelites.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they suspended him. They boycotted him at the game.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we went out there and surrounded the Barclays Center. You know
That's
what
what's
I'm saying?
up.
okay.
Yeah.
We got footage. Maybe y'all can insert that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
send
saying?
us
We gonna
that
send you-
footage. Young.
We went out there. We don't give our numbers up, but we was out there deep.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because every time people come out with this information showing black people we the real Israelites.
Yeah.
When you look at the Bible, it would say like he bringing out right now, where it say the things that would happen to black people for disobeying God, it only happened to us. They claiming to be Israel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but when you look at the Bible, they don't match who the Bible say they is. So Kanye West, maybe I want to say last year,
Yeah,
he went on
sometime last
this
year.
rant exposing them, right? For all,
Remember he said he's gonna go.
Well, he got dropped by
DEFCON.
Adidas and stuff.
Yeah.
He said he's gonna go DEFCON 3 on them.
remember, he was a billionaire.
Yeah.
If one day he went from a billionaire, $1 billion is a lot.
That's
of
a
money.
lot of money to lose.
You know what I'm saying? We from Detroit.
Yeah.
We can't even fathom having $1 billion. You feel what I'm saying? But that's a lot of money. He went from a billionaire in one day to not being a billionaire because he revealed that these people was the synagogue of Satan.
Right.
And he was revealing what they was doing to black people once they get to a certain echelon, what they do to your image, what you can and can't do. And he was revealing that stuff, and they shut him down. The same, every celebrity that happened to, we got to take note. Why are they doing it?
Right.
Why is it so important to them to shut down people who say we the Israelites?
Right. Like,
You know?
remember what happened with Nick Cannon? Y'all remember that? Wilding out. It was gone for
Oh
like
yeah,
a
they
year.
had stopped for a
Remember
minute.
that?
The comedians
Why
had
did
to
they
help
stop
bring him
it?
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did they stop it?
He was talking about the same thing, wasn't
Same
he?
thing.
Yeah.
So
I
how
remember,
come it's
yeah.
such an issue?
They had the brother Professor Griff. He an old school rapper. I believe he was in Public Enemy.
Yeah.
But they shut him down way back then because he said something about it back then. And Nick Cannon brought him on. And they shut Nick Cannon down.
He was
Wilding
gone
out.
for
Black
a year
people
and a half.
love wilding out. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
literally.
But they shut, you see, and he owned it. He so-called owned it. But
Yeah.
you say
he
the
was,
wrong thing about them, they shut you down.
the host of America's Got Talent too. They took him off that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
because
only thing they left him on was that singing with them mass people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like Kyrie. He really stood on it the most. I think he got dropped by his shoe like Nike and
Yeah,
everything.
I think that was a big one.
Yeah.
Because I believe they dropped the ball with the Kyrie thing because they didn't think we was going to come out.
Right.
And another thing that happened, the day that we came out was the first game that he came back from suspension, right?
Yeah.
and it was a large group that was coming to protest them, right? But when they because we kept seeing buses of them, it was hundreds of them,
6, 7, 8 buses,
right? And they seen us out there, and they said, "You know what? Let's turn the buses around."
It's like that.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Because they seen us out there, and they said, "Okay,
They seen the truth.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They seen the truth. They couldn't stand before the truth."
Yeah, they
You
said
know
they
what
didn't
I'm
want
saying?
no smoke.
And they dropped the ball. That's why they start lightening up on them, because they see, okay, they gonna come out to help their people. You know what I'm saying? So I think that because like he's bringing out Deuteronomy 28. Let's go back to that.
Oh yeah. Go back to
This is
Deuteronomy
what they trying to prevent us from hearing.
So I'm gonna break
what
this
he's
down.
revealing right now.
I'm gonna break this down to y'all. I want you to see who this is talking about, right? We hit the cities, right? Read on.
Hold on. To verse 17.
16 still.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the fields.
So if you remember history, who had to serve in cotton fields, sugar plantations, tobacco fields? That's black people.
Right.
Jump to 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people, and thy eyes shall fail and look for failing with longing for them all the day long.
Read.
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
So in slavery, if your child, like, what's your last name, bro?
Hudson.
What's your last name?
Collier.
What's your
Callaway.
Callaway, right? Hudson, Collier, Callaway. So let's say you have a family of 7. It's you, your wife, your 5 kids. You go to the Collier plantation, but then you had 3 of your kids go to the Callaway plantation, and then the other 2 they went to the Hudson plantation. That's how it would work, and you wouldn't have power to go get your children back.
Right.
But that's something we reading in the Holy Bible. When I was in church, when I really heard this for the first time, I said, "What the hell?" I've been sitting in these pews for 20 years. I ain't never heard this.
So
it's crazy.
That Bible is the same as like
It's the same Bible that your grandma read out of. It's the same Bible the pastor read out of in the church, but he's not going to the things that you need to hear.
That's what I'm saying. They go to things you want to hear, and that's what a lot of reasons why I haven't been going to church no more. Cause I'm like, I feel like it's almost a money grab. Like y'all relating to people that's in your audiences. Y'all need to tell what we need to hear, like what we haven't heard yet. Educate us here.
That's facts. Hey, watch this. Jump to 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Wait, what did God call the white man?
Thy enemies.
No, your best friend.
Thy enemies.
Damn. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee. In hunger.
So now watch this. So we all hungry, right? Where y'all gotta go?
Let's read it again.
Read again. Yeah.
thought
lost
out here,
the
dog.
spirit just left.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
So when you're hungry, right? Let's say where you go, the grocery store. Who owns Kroger? Is it us?
I don't know who are
probably
it.
not.
Can you go to any store when you're hungry that's owned by somebody black, where they have full ownership of all the food there?
No.
Built it, they made it, all of that.
No.
You can't.
I don't
Same
know.
thing when you're thirsty. We can't go to our own nation for these things, even for toilet paper. You can't go into your own. Think about that. You can't go to your own people for toilet paper,
For necessities.
for
Yeah.
straight necessities. The Bible said this is what was going to happen to us. Read.
It say, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in
Even
nakedness.
the clothing on your back. You can't go. Your brother might own the brand, right?
Yeah, y'all got some crispy suits on.
Yeah,
right
y'all
now.
got. Yeah, hell yeah.
You know?
If you got it from your brother, you got that crispy suit from your brother, right?
Uh-huh.
He might have owned the brand, but the textiles to make it, that's not something he owns. He has to go to a whole nother nation for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Read on.
And in want of all things.
Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
A what?
A yoke of iron upon thy neck.
What did black people have on their necks?
Chain.
A yoke of iron. That's the same thing. Watch this, verse 68.
Verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Because we were reading this because my man said, who are the Israelites? What are they? Right? Remember, Deuteronomy 1:1 said this is the book written to the Israelites. Now we're reading about them, and it says, verse 68, how would God punish us? What will he do?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Egypt means slavery. That's what the word Egypt means. He said he'll bring us into slavery again with what?
With ships.
How did we get to America?
Well, ships.
Slave ships.
This is bro. This was written thousands of years before it happened. How did we get to America? On a ship. That's in the book. Look, you can read the word. It says, read it one more time.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
No, with cars.
With ships.
With ships, we got to America. Bro, when I heard that, I said, I had to read it twice. I said, with what? With ships? You know, you can just type in cargo slavery. All you see is ships. Yeah. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Come on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So there, when you get to Virginia, when you get to New York, when you get to Detroit, when you get to Atlanta, you'll be sold, or Georgia, you'll be sold for what?
Sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Slave man, slave woman, and what?
And no man shall buy you.
And no man has redeemed us yet. Because where are we still?
Still here.
He's still here. Mm-hmm. The only one that's going to be able to redeem us is the black Messiah when he come and crack that sky.
We got a lot of black leaders that rose up to try to help us, right? Mm-hmm. Like Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X. You know, you got the Harriet Tubmans, Nat Turners. Mm-hmm. But we still here. Because it said, you shall not, no man shall buy you, meaning be able to redeem or save you. The only person who was prophesied to save us in this book is somebody coming back to save us. His name is Jesus Christ, the black Messiah. That's what he coming back for. A lot of people like to say they saved, the Holy Ghost filled, but they don't know what for. Yeah. We need to be saved from this slavery. The same way we was saved out of Egypt the first time when God sent the plagues on Pharaoh, destroyed them. We all know that story. Mm-hmm. He split the Red Sea. He's coming to save us this time from all this oppression we going through now. You know, we done got so used to oppression that it seemed normal to us now, this life. But God, we supposed to be the guys on the earth. You know, Black History Month. It's supposed to be black. Our life supposed to be surrounded around our history. We shouldn't be designated to one month.
Especially the month with the least days.
Yeah. That's a slap in the face.
What about Juneteenth?
So as far as what about the celebration of it? Should we be celebrating Juneteenth?
Yeah.
So I say no, but I know a lot of our people do celebrate it, so we use it as a platform and springboard to show forth our history. Right. But they say Juneteenth is the real time period that the slaves were released, right?
Mm-hmm. They say Emancipation Proclamation. Right.
They say because initially we was emancipated, but the slaves didn't know until Juneteenth, or I can't remember the exact year, right? But according to the Bible, we not free yet. I'm gonna show you. Let's go to Baruch 3. According to the Bible, because a lot of us say we free because you can go to college now. You know, you can get you a good job. You can make a life for yourself, right? But if we ask majority of our people what's their nationality, what they gonna say?
Black.
They gonna say black. They gonna say African American. Mm-hmm. If we say what's your homeland, can we go back to our home? Where is our homeland? Mm-hmm. Everybody say Africa, but it's 53 countries in Africa. Is multiple countries in Africa, multiple language. Where?
I want to touch on that because back in like middle school, man, I had an art teacher that had us. We had a project about it was like your culture or where you from. Mm-hmm. So make a paint the flag where your people is from, like where you from. So I went back and I asked my parents. I'm like, my art teacher wanted us to do like some research on where my people from and like where we originated from, this and that. Mm-hmm. My mom was like, I don't know that.
Man.
That's my pops.
Hey,
he don't know that.
That's Bible prophecy.
I'm like, all right, my pops, my grandmother, my dad's mother. I asked her like, Grandma, I need help doing this research. I don't really know our people from this and that. She said, all I know is Alabama. So I went back to my art teacher. I'm like, yeah. So at the time I'm young, I didn't know much of it, but now I think about it, like that's kind of messed up. She was like, I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. My people don't know where we from. She was like, that is so sad. Like, how come you guys don't know? I'm like,
she a white lady?
Yes. I'm like,
but that's messed up because she know why you don't know.
Yeah, she know exactly.
She egging it on. Like,
I'm like, I don't know.
In the back of her mind, she like,
she know why you don't know.
You know?
It was, but like, I wasn't the only one though. Yeah. I wasn't the only one having this same. I remember this other girl. She was black, and then she said the same thing. All the other like black kids, we paint American flags because that's all we know. Right. That's all we
I'm
knew.
gonna show you what is heavy, and it's gonna lead it to the point why we not free to this day.
Yeah.
Juneteenth to say we free, that's disrespect to our ancestors.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. Listen, first we're gonna read Baruch, then we're gonna get Isaiah.
All right,
Listen to this.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
We are yet this day in our captivity.
So the Bible say we are yet this day in captivity. Y'all know what the word captivity mean, right?
Yeah.
Slavery. The Bible say we are still here in slavery. Read.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
Remember, we just read it was a curse that happened to us for disobeying God, slavery, right? He said we still here in this captivity in the same places where we was brought as slaves, and this how we know we still slaves. Listen to this.
And to be subject to payments.
Subject to what?
Payments.
So 400 years, our ancestors was forced to pick cotton, all this stuff for free, right? Now they say we can give y'all jobs. You probably got a good job. You know what I'm saying? Then now they out of your job, what do they take out?
Taxes.
They take out taxes. So they force you to come to this country, work for free, then they charge you to live here. How can we be free? If we paying to live in a place where we didn't ask to come.
Just like how that one, it's a viral video going around about that one guy talking about y'all making us pay for grapes.
Yeah, I
It's about Orlando.
Like what?
Yeah.
Apples? I'm like water, right?
Water?
Like
Exactly.
that can make sense. Yeah.
We subject to all these different payments. Even you buy you a car, it ain't even your car because you got to put insurance on it.
Yeah.
I just paid $200 for my insurance.
Exactly.
If
They killing us on the insurance, you know. But and the same thing for your house. You got to have own house. You got these mortgages. You got so many payments that you got to keep with. You still a slave because now you just working to. Now you still building the American economy, but now you just not. It's not. You don't have chains and whips, but the chains is ain't now in your mind.
You know,
And I want to answer what he said about his
Yeah, Isaiah 1 and 3.
about his project.
Oh yeah.
Right? Why we don't know. Listen, this Isaiah 1 and 3, and it say.
Because it's what you said was Bible prophecy. Y'all don't even think you knew it. Your moms didn't
Yeah,
know
at the
it.
time, no.
Teacher didn't know it. But what you said right there, having to go ask about your heritage and your parents saying, all I know is Alabama. And having to draw an American flag.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
crazy, bro. But that's Bible prophecy. I'm about to show you. Read that.
Is Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3. Say the ox knoweth his owner.
So the ox is a dumb animal. You might heard your grandma say, boy, you dumb as an ox. It's a dumb animal. Come on.
And the ass his master's crib.
Ass is a donkey.
Yeah.
The donkey knows his master's crib. They got a saying about a donkey, right? They say you can take a donkey 100, 200 miles away.
They come back
It
home.
can come back home. That's what they say about a donkey. But that's two dumb animals.
Yeah.
Now watch this.
But Israel does not know.
What?
Doth not know.
So an ox knows its power. The ox knows who it is, where it's from. It can tell you who it is, where it's from if it could talk. Same with the ass. But Israel, the Israelites, the blacks and the Hispanics, we don't know. We don't know who we are. We don't know our heritage. We don't know our language, our mother language. All we know is English, America, Alabama, and Detroit. That's it. But when you think about it, right? Slavery started so-called 1619. It really started in 1400.
Yeah.
What about the year from 1400 to 0, and then the years before Christ? Because time is based off of the life of Christ. What about all of that time? Who were we then? You notice how in school they don't teach you. They only teach you from slavery to now. But there's thousands of years before that. Who were we then? What was our name? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we can't say that because of this scripture right here. Israel, read it one more time.
It say an ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider.
We don't even consider who we are.
And that's going back to like our parents. That's the same question I asked. Like where is we from? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't even consider. The only reason majority of us consider because somebody asked us like.
They made you do
Draw
that
the
project.
flag. Now you got to consider like, damn, where do I come from?
Yeah.
But before that, we don't even think like, where do we come from? We from 7 Mile. We
You're right.
from- you know what I'm saying? We
Oak
we
Park.
don't consider where's our origin. Why do our history start as slavery?
Yeah.
When it's a big Bible, it talk about a bunch of black kings in this Bible. David, Solomon.
Well, let's get one of them.
Rehoboam.
Song of Solomon 1 and 5.
Yeah, that's good.
You ever heard about Solomon?
Yeah. I
King
heard of
Solomon?
it. Yeah.
King Solomon was the richest man to ever live. He's also the wisest. Now, when you type in, you got a phone?
Yeah.
Type in Solomon right now. Watch this. King Solomon. Type that in, bro.
This is good because this is Black history.
Yeah.
It's Black history right here. And you didn't know that the whole Bible is Black history. They'll teach you that.
Let me see what it say.
Yeah,
About, what it say,
show it.
King Solomon.
Show your homie still
Is he
looking.
white?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Look at it, yeah.
Let me see that.
What you look like?
That's a white
You
man.
look like Fred?
Yeah, he look like he
No, he look like
like
Dumbledore.
Rick Rubin.
Dumbledore.
He
He look like
Dumbledore. Yeah.
Harry Potter and shit.
But he told you because when you read the Bible, it say Solomon wrote 1,000 songs.
Yeah.
And in one of his songs, he tell you what color he is.
Yeah, read it.
This Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 1. The Song of Song, which is Solomon.
This is one of the songs that Solomon wrote. It's very heavy too, and he really go dive deep into it. But go ahead.
Verse 5. I am black.
What did Solomon say?
I am black.
No, there's no way. Because when I Googled it, look at my man's. When I Googled it,
I'm lifting it. I'm
yes,
lifting
you know what I'm
it.
saying? Though?
He got it.
He said, what?
I am black.
Solomon don't look like no damn Dumbledore. He's not hitting you with no Elder Wand spirits. and
Yeah.
stuff. He said, I'm black. Read.
But comely.
He said, I'm black and beautiful. That's something black people say. That's because Solomon was a black man. Read.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar,
Kedar is black. Kedar really means dark skinned. Read.
as the curtains of Solomon.
That's it. So he says, Song of Solomon says, I am black. The richest man to ever live, the wisest man that you ever heard of, Solomon. He said, I'm black and I'm beautiful. I'm black and beautiful, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said.
Yeah.
But when we look up, like, watch this. Type in Jesus Christ.
And while you looking at it, I'm going to finish this verse 6. It say, look not upon me because I am black.
Oh, shoot.
Because
Wait. What did it say?
He said, look not upon me because I am black, because the sun have looked upon me.
Damn.
If the sun look upon that white man, he going to get skin cancer, all type of stuff.
Yeah.
He say, the sun look upon me, though. But look, you got Jesus there.
That's Jesus, right?
That's the Jesus most of our grandmas. She said, they they get to singing when they see it. But do he really look like that?
And how can we prove what he really looked like? Because you know a lot of our people say he black, right?
I heard like it's. My mom, she spoke of this a lot. She said that some explain like hair like wool, skin, bronze, and like that's not Caucasian. That's bronze skin. That's black. That's us.
Right.
So that's what I got. I always knew. I always knew Jesus was not predicted as that.
But when you was growing up, did you have in the house any pictures of that right there?
Yeah.
And our grandmas, mamas, or they took us to church. They had those same pictures.
Yeah. True.
So even though in the back of our mind we know, we still worship a white God. If we worship a white God, what is that saying about how we feel about white people?
We look at them like God.
Yeah. That's
We
why
think
white
they
boy
God.
walked through the hood.
That's
Yeah.
why That's why black men step on your shoe. Like, nigga, get off my shoe. The white man step. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. You open the door for the little white lady. You get out your seat on the bus for the old white man. Every white subconsciously they training you to worship the white man.
Boss say pick that up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Your brother tell you, hand me them headphones. Nigga, I ain't handing you that. You can get it yourself. The white man say, oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's how subconsciously a lot of black brothers is.
Yeah.
Because they train you like that since a little baby. To see everything white is right.
Remember they had that, if y'all look it up, they had an experiment, right? They had little kids. I don't know if y'all ever seen it. It was little kids, they had dolls. They said, which doll? They had a white doll, a black doll. You remember that?
Yeah.
They said, which doll is the good doll? The little girl's like 4. She pointed at the white doll. She said, which doll is the black doll?
No,
the bad doll. Yeah. She pointed at the black one. And then they asked, which doll? I think said something like, which doll is more likely to steal from you?
Oh.
No. She asked the young girl, which doll looks like you? Then the little girl processed it the same way y'all just processed
right.
how we worship.
That's right.
With the white man, she processed like, oh, I look like the ugly one.
Yeah, because he did say which doll is ugly.
Yeah, she said, which one is the ugly one? She
Which
pointed
one
at the black.
Yeah.
Then she said, which one looks more like you? And then she was like, oh, I look like that one.
Right.
But
You know
I'm
what I'm
ugly.
saying? But subconsciously, they train our kids that white is beautiful, white is right.
White is right.
Every movie, the superheroes, the white people, we just started getting black superheroes. But why do our black superheroes die?
Right. Right. Gotta be a damn.
When Superman
humanoid
died in
robot.
real life, he became paralyzed in real life. They didn't kill him off in the movies.
They may run
They
another
kept
one.
making movies.
Yeah.
Black Panther died.
That's it.
He died in the movies.
Now it's a woman.
You know what I'm saying? Why is that? Because they know imagery is important. They know if young black men look at themselves as kings, gods, then they're going to look at the white man as, you're not God.
Yeah.
Actually, you the devil the Bible talking about. But they don't want that to be revealed. That's why they shutting down these celebrities. They don't want to be revealed to be the devil.
Right.
The devil's the person who pollutes the earth, who destroys the animals, who enslaves everybody. Yeah. If it's not the white man,
who is it?
Who is it?
But check that out. You got the picture? Get a picture of Jesus Christ, right? Y'all seen it, right?
I also want to talk about Santa Claus too. My cousin, he follows the same. He's the same, and he sent me some stuff. He was very excited that I was speaking to y'all, and he sent me some stuff about like Santa Claus and how like. Yeah, go ahead. I'll get to that later.
We're gonna hit that too. So
Yeah.
y'all seen that picture, right?
Yeah.
Read this. Let's start at verse 10.
The book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
It was this. Excuse me. I was in the spirit on the Lord's day.
He said, I was in this. So John is writing this, John the Revelator. He said, I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, meaning on the Sabbath, on the seventh day of the week. Read.
And heard behind me a great
He
voice.
said, what the hell was that? Something loud was behind him. This is what he said. He's writing it down. Go ahead.
As of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega.
Imagine you hear a loud voice behind you, because the trumpet's loud. Right in your ear. Say, I'm Alpha and Omega. You looking. Go ahead.
The first and the last.
Read.
And whatsoever thou seest, write in a book.
So what you see here, John, because a lot of people say, no one's ever seen God. You ever heard that before? Yeah. No one's ever seen Christ. But we reading it. John seen it. He said, what you see, write in a book. Come on.
And send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia.
Read.
Unto Ephesus.
Jump to verse 14 now.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So when he turned and looked, that's what you was just
That's
saying.
what my mom was saying.
His head, now you can read it and prove
that
Christ is a black man. He said his head, which is the hair on his head, and his hairs, which is his beard, were what?
White like wool.
So they were white like wool. You know what people have when they get older? They look like salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Their hair turn white. That's black people.
And like wool is.
And it's like wool, the texture, that's us. I ain't never met no white man that has woolly hair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Read on.
As white as snow.
Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes are red because when you read about Christ, he liked to drink wine. Not to get drunk, but his eyes, he drank wine often. So his eyes be red. You know when black people drink, their eyes turn red. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So brass is a derivative of brown. It's a brownish color. Yeah. So he said his feet like fine brass, as if what?
As if they burned in a furnace.
Now it's not just brown. It's black.
Yeah.
When you burn something, it turned black. Christ had black feet. So if he has black feet, what's the rest of his body look like? Black skin. That's what the white man does not want us to know. Because when you know Christ is black, you look at your brother like he's Christ as well. So you wouldn't pick up a strap and shoot at him.
Yeah.
You wouldn't treat him like he's a piece of shit. You would uplift him. You would love him because I'm seeing God in you and you see God in me. But a lot of times we walk into the church, all of that stuff is subliminal and it affects us. You walk into a church, he's a white man. You talk about God, he's a white man. You type in God, you see white people. That destroys your mental. But when you know that he's black, that's when you move different. And that's literally what we just read. He said feet like unto fine brass as if they were burned in the furnace. As if he had sandals on, the rest of his color is black. That's a black man with an afro.
Y'all crazy.
That's just straight Bible.
That's crazy.
Y'all crazy.
Huh?
Y'all like Israelites are crazy.
Why you
Crazy?
Yeah, like not like y'all do crazy shit. Well, I don't, y'all aggressive as hell. Like I seen one time I seen y'all outside the church. I just left the church and y'all deep as hell making
Which
noise.
church was that?
Hey, where was we at? Where was we at? Where was we at?
I forget, but I know you talking about this last Easter.
Man, I don't even know.
Oh, was
It was last
Marvin
Easter.
Winans?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So right now we on a campaign called the Christian Church Blitz.
Yes, sir.
So we go into all the leaders in the community with the same information we just brought to you, right?
Yeah.
Because you say we crazy, right? But anything we said wrong?
No. And
So-
it made sense.
It made
And that's
sense.
the crazy
That's
part.
good.
The,
All praise to
the
the Lord.
campaign that we reaching out to all the Christian pastors on that particular what you referring to as Marvin Winans Church, I believe, if that was Easter.
It's perfecting, right?
Perfecting Church on the east side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we reached out to him. He told us he was having a sit down on. We taking this information and we telling pastors we have to change what we teaching in the church.
Yeah.
We can't be giving out these motivational teachings, these motivational feel good messages when the people's salvation is on the line for worshiping a false God. Because that's idolatry. Worshiping the white Jesus, having that, them crosses, all that stuff. Even right now, my brother is super clean, right? But he got white Jesus on right now.
Or it's gold though.
But it's still an image of a person.
It's gold.
No,
It's still,
but
Okay,
and that's
you right.
not the point pointing them out, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people they doing things they don't even know is wrong according to the Bible.
Right.
Like you might not know in the Bible it say not to do that. That's a sin according to God that can keep you out of heaven. So it's very important to us, and a lot of these Christian pastors are ignoring us. They ignore. So if y'all gonna ignore us, we gonna come bring it straight, the message straight to you.
We're gonna show up in your doorstep.
Because that's what the prophets did. And when you read the book, they always killed the people who taught the Bible.
Let's read.
Yeah, let's go. Where we at?
Yeah, Acts 7. I'm gonna read it. Acts chapter 17, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scriptures."
So he went to them and reasoned out of the scriptures. Now, a lot of people don't like our approach, and that's because they've been taught a watered down version of the Bible. They thinking everybody who ever speak the Bible must talk very soft and yes, my
loving
son,
and kind.
yes, God loves you. That's what you used to when you hear from God. But let's go to Isaiah.
Let's get it.
Let's go to Isaiah. Let's see how the people of God actually talk. Because when in the Bible time, when you came with the message of God, people wanted to stone you. They wanted to kill you. They put the apostles to death. They killed Jesus Christ. If he just was only just teaching everybody is love, why would they kill him? They wouldn't. He must have been saying something they didn't like in a way that he didn't like. They didn't like.
Remember, Christ went into the temple. Y'all ever heard that story?
And he
Yeah,
flipped
he
the
flipped
tables.
it.
Flip
up.
tables
Yeah.
and beating it with a cord.
Yeah.
Get the hell out.
But
People was running out.
but go ahead.
And he was like, in 3 days he'll rebuild the temple. Was it like rebuild the temple?
No, at that time they was in there. They had
They're gamblers,
whores.
right?
Yeah.
It was in there
Trading.
with
They were
trading,
selling. They were
Yeah.
selling.
selling.
Yeah,
You
they
know what
got
I'm saying?
mad.
Like a swap meet.
Yeah, they got mad at him because he destroyed the temple.
So they was
He told
defiling
them.
the temple.
Yeah, and he made a cord
Right.
and whipped them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we not taught that.
Right.
We just taught love. So when you see people with the Bible, you might them niggas crazy. That's what
why
you
it
mentally
come off
they
like that.
program you to see people who is actionaries, revolutionaries according to the Bible. They program you to say that look crazy.
Angry
That look
black
odd.
man.
Like,
Yeah.
but listen to how they was.
Isaiah chapter 58 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Cry aloud.
The Bible say when you go with the message of God, cry aloud. So you see us on the streets yelling, right?
Spare not.
We not sparing people feelings. We telling people whether they like it or not. I like this brother here, but I had to tell him like, we shouldn't have that. You know, we can't spare your feelings. We got to tell you what's good for you, right? Sometimes you got to put that weed down.
Yeah.
So you got to stop selling drugs. We go out to the streets and drug dealers hate that. Like, nigga, you can't tell me what to do. You got to be strong and bold to tell him he got to stop selling weed, or we gonna call the police on you out here.
Man, you would call police on them?
Absolutely.
Oh shit.
Yeah, read them.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet,
Uh-huh.
and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
So a trumpet is a very loud instrument. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever been in a band, but when you hear a trumpet, it's in your ear. He said, lift up your voice the same way and show the people they sin, because we got to fix these communities. It been 60 years of hearing, hallelujah,
Doing that praise.
ain't nothing changed with that. But we can show you thousands of men who came out of gang life, thousands of brothers who put drugs down. We can show you thousands of sisters who came from lives of what's the word?
Promiscuity.
Yeah, he know words. But they changed their life around. Now they mothers, they fathers. We can show you that. It's a bunch of different quotes in that we all know from the church that is not in the Bible. Like, come as you are.
Mm-hmm.
God loves everybody. Or what is it? All the time. What is it?
God is good.
God is good all the time and all the time.
God
God
is
is
good.
good.
Just
We
said that
all
last Sunday.
know this, right? but it's not in here. They teaching us a bunch of watered down stuff to keep black men effeminate and humble. They want, because at the age that we at now, we supposed to be soldiers for God.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be that. They want you to be nice and loving. That's how the white man love you. When they see you in the church and you got the tambourine, they love that.
With the tight
But
pants
for you
on.
to be a soldier out there telling men you got to change your lives, you got to marry that woman you laying down with, they don't want you to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
So it may seem radical and crazy.
Go to Ezekiel 3:8. Because what you're saying, that's how I see, right? You agree with what he said?
Yeah.
Because it seemed crazy, right? It seemed like, oh, this is, y'all different. You know, y'all aggressive.
But y'all supporting everything y'all saying. That's the whole thing.
And that's
You
how you.
reading out the
That's
book.
how you taught in school. You
That's how
supposed to
you
go
supposed
back
to do
and
it, yeah.
pull out what you say and then
What's
explain.
that
it.
called? A reference?
Yeah,
You're supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to fact check and pull a receipt.
And he's saying crazy, but I feel like it's more so not him even saying like y'all crazy. It's more so crazy that we aren't even taught this already. It's like crazy that we don't know this. Crazy I'm just not hearing this
Like,
because
wow.
this whole Bible, like, are y'all really reading the Bible? And if y'all really reading it, we don't got the right people telling us about it then because how are we missing this?
Yeah,
and
that's
which parts are y'all going to?
All right, that's facts. Hey, watch this. 3:8.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Look what the Lord said about his prophet.
Behold, I have made thy face strong against their face.
So that's when you walk out and you might grimace because you're like, what the hell? You know, our faces are strong too. Because God said, I made your face strong against their faces. Read.
And thy forehead strong against their forehead.
Come on.
As an adamant of flint, harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not.
Why would you fear? Because when you teach, people will get upset. That's what the Lord said. Don't be afraid of that. Go ahead.
Neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Will it be what?
A rebellious house.
So when the Lord said to the prophet, to us, when you go teach your people, you got to be strong. You got to be aggressive. When you read about Peter, y'all heard about Peter, right? Yeah. St. Peter. Peter, when you look up his, you read his name in the dictionary, he was an aggressive man. Peter was the one that cut off the ear of that dude when they came to grab Christ. So he was nice with the sword. How you just cut a man's ear off? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had to be nice, but he was an aggressive person. All of the prophets are aggressive people. Christ was an aggressive person. That's why in the church, they don't want us to be like that. And what you said, I got to touch on because they've spent billions of dollars so that you will never know this.
Yeah.
And I'll show you what nations have done it. Go to Psalms 83. Billions of dollars have been spent so that our people will never know that we are the Israelites, that we are the people of the book, that we are the 12 tribes, that salvation is only for us. Billions. That's why CNN, NBC, what's that? Caucasian News Network, NBC, nothing but Caucasians.
Caucasian news.
What's the other
Caucasian
one?
News Network is crazy.
NBC, nothing but Caucasians. ABC, all about Caucasians. That's it. That's what they want to push. Go ahead.
Book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1.
Come on.
Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace.
So we asked the Lord, don't be quiet about this. We got a problem going on. Come on.
And be not still, O God.
Don't be still. Come rise up and help us. Read.
For lo, thy enemies
So
make a
our
tumult.
enemies are also God's enemies. And we're going to read about them. Come on.
Thy enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They lifted up the head in pride because at one point under King David, who was what color?
Black. No, he's white. Well, I don't know. I'm
So
guessing.
watch this, right?
I
If
don't know.
Solomon was black,
Yeah.
what color was his father?
Oh, he got to be black.
Because
He had to be
Solomon,
black
is-
too.
Yeah.
'cause Solomon is King David's son.
Right.
Do mixed kids come out dark or no?
Bathsheba was black
They
too.
was
huh?
all
Okay,
black.
okay.
Yeah, it was all black, bro. That's why
Black
Solomon said I'm
kids.
black and beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even in mixed days, there's no such thing as mixed because you come from your father's seed. Just like you have a apple tree,
Yeah.
right? Coming from an apple seed. If you plant that apple seed in Jamaica, it'll be an apple tree. If you plant that apple seed in China, it'll still be an apple tree.
Yeah.
Because the woman is the soil, the man brings the seed. So when you come from your father, that's what matters.
Right.
Dr. Omar said something like that too. Like, do you guys like?
Numbers chapter 1.
Okay.
Yeah, we got references, dog.
Okay.
What was you about to say though?
I'm gonna say Dr. Omar, like, is that kind of like in the same? I want to say
Same sense.
like circle. Y'all like, is he connected with y'all in like some type of way?
You talking about Umar Johnson?
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's just
Okay.
he's an eloquent speaker. But one thing I do like about him that he cares about his people.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the same with Martin Luther King. He loves his people. You could tell. He's always talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
He tells brothers, "Dog, stop marrying that white woman. Stop dealing with that white woman." That's biblical.
Okay.
So some of the stuff he says is on point, but there's other things that I don't agree with.
All right, man. Go ahead.
But read that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
Read.
And they assemble all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declare their pedigrees.
So y'all know what a pedigree is? A pedigree is the line you come from, right? So if I think they talk about dogs with pedigrees. You have the line of the dog.
Yeah.
Pedigree is the line that men come from. So if your father's from this tribe, you'd be from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
If your my father's father, he's from the tribe of Levi. You might have another person, his father's father, he's from the tribe of Ephraim. Come on.
And they declared their pedigrees after their families
Read.
by the house of their fathers.
No, they mothers.
Fathers.
No, they grandma.
Their fathers.
No, not big mama.
Fathers.
By their fathers.
So there's no such thing as an actual mixed kid.
Right.
You are what your father is. So even if your father is a white man,
Yeah.
if your father is a white man, biblically your nationality would be an Edomite.
Right.
Because the white race in the Bible is known as Edomites.
Yeah.
We are Israelites in the Bible. Because every nation, when you read the Bible, they still around today.
Yeah.
We just got different names. They changed. They don't say Moabite no more. They say Chinese. They don't say Ammonite. They say Japanese. You know, but in the Bible, you can identify. We can identify
Who they are.
each race, who you belong to, and it go by your father. So if your father a black man, you from the tribe of Judah.
Man.
You know, you will be a Jew according to the. But that's what Kanye West was saying. I am a Jew. When he was saying, "Are you a real Jew?" This was the information he was trying to bring out.
So, if a black woman, does anything with a white man, they have a kid. The baby's not black. It's a white.
Yeah, no matter how dark it is,
Man.
it was
Like, he might
it's
come
an
out
Edomite.
black.
Yeah.
But that baby is a white man.
That's an Edomite baby. Even like it's people historically that's famous in Black history who are biblical Edomites. Like it's a movie about Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
His father was a white man.
Sister,
If you sell that to a Jamaican person, they get angry.
Yeah,
Like,
they
no,
go- they
no,
go-
no,
They be mad.
not Marley, man.
Yeah.
But biblically, even the twins that we grew up on, Tia and Tamara,
Yeah.
They dad white.
their father is a white man.
Those are white women.
They will be known as Edomites in the Bible. You know?
So like, okay, I want to get into some like with what you guys personally. How did you find this new, like, what happened in your life that came you to this point in your life to find this?
Yeah, I'll start. So I was 20, around 1920. I'm 28 now, but around 1920, I was headed to Michigan State, about to, try to become a physician and a doctor and all of that. And I was playing football, trying to go D1, and I was almost there. But my mentor, he started hitting me with these scriptures out of nowhere. The Psalms 119 and 9. Psalms 119, 142 saying the law is the truth. You got to keep the commandments. We're the Israelites. He sent me mad videos. What the hell is this? So I would combat him with my Christian scriptures,
Right.
thinking that I was on point, right? And once he sent me a video, though, I watched it. It was our Bishop Nathaniel. He was the head of our congregation. If you don't know, we're an international congregation. We have schools in Europe, Africa. We just came back from Colombia on South America. So we have stakes in many different nations, all states in America. You can find purple and gold on the streets. But our bishop started it in 2003, and my man sent me a video of him. So I'm watching it. I'm trying to combat what he's saying. Right? He'll pull a precept. I'm like, okay, no, I got something for that. It wasn't until he read Deuteronomy 28, like I just read it to y'all, and it said slave ships, because I was working at a Underground Railroad museum. And on the wall, you had the slave ships that were packed together like sardines.
Yeah.
I used to have to say that shit. People would walk up, I'd be like, yeah, we were the slaves. Look how they had us packed together like sardines, right? And then they read Deuteronomy 28:68. You will go into slavery on slave ships. Man, it hit me like a ton of bricks, bro. I said, damn, I'm an Israelite. My father's black, my father's black, they black, whatever. And I come from slaves. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just read it out of the Bible. That I was done after that hit me. And from that day forward, I said, I'm gonna learn what this is. I'm gonna learn what it means to be an Israelite, and what an Israelite has to do. You know what I'm saying?
So my story was starkly different. I wasn't in college and stuff, but I was more in the street life or whatever. But I used to rap as well. But I used to battle rap.
Okay.
And I had an opportunity to get on the URL and do proving ground. Okay. So if you watch battle rap, it's like when you rapping, you doing a lot of different topics. Like you got to know a lot of different stuff. So I'll be studying and researching different stuff to put in my battle raps. And then I came across a video saying we was the real Jews. I think the initial video I watched was about the feminization of a black man. It was a different camp though, different Israelite camp. And they were saying where the origin of sagging pants came from. Right? Maybe my father sent it. Somebody might have sent it to me, but I was looking for stuff to put in my raps. And then when it hit me, I said, the Israelites? Like what? Like then I remembered back to when I was a little kid. I remember when I used to go to church, I watched a movie called The Prince of Egypt. Y'all ever seen that movie?
I seen that.
Yeah.
Great.
And when I seen that movie, I'm like, this is cold. And they was somewhat brown skinned. They wasn't black,
Yeah.
but they wasn't white either. Like
Yeah.
they was like they
was mixed.
they was
Tan.
ambiguous.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you couldn't tell.
You don't really know.
And I was so hype on it. I'm like, when I seen the movie, I watched it like 50 times.
Yeah,
Like, I watched that movie over and
That was
over.
my
and
movie as
over.
a kid. I
Yeah.
watched
Yeah,
that
like,
a million
I knew all
times.
the
I had it
songs,
on the
yeah.
VHS tape,
Yeah.
And then I was like, one day I said, I want to know what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in the Bible and I read it, and I remember reading it, and I remember thinking is this us? And I remember going to my pastor. After seeing the video as an adult, it reminded me of the kid because I remember went to the pastor is we these people? And he rocked me to sleep so bad. He said, only read the New Testament. Don't worry about that. No, we not these people. And I had forgot all about it. I don't think I watched the movie ever again because I was hoping we was these people. So I didn't watch the movie. But then as an adult, when I seen the videos of the brothers teaching on the street, I said, oh, he is the people. That's when they came back wow. You know what I'm saying? Then ever since, I actually stopped battle rapping. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do the contracts or whatever, and I joined and I came on. So been like this ever since.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you was right there with the rapping. So
Yeah.
that's good. I like hearing that it changed you that much. So you really passionate about it. So
Yeah. All praise the Most High. And Lord's will endure. I ain't never leaving. Life lasts.
Now, do you guys believe in? Because I heard you guys believe in birthdays. No.
What?
Explain that.
Okay. Go to Job chapter 1. Birthday, I believe it says in the Satanic Bible.
It does.
Y'all don't worship Satan, right?
No.
Yeah. So it says in the Satanic Bible, it says the birthday is the number one day for a Satanist. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder why. I remember when I first heard that, I said, what the hell? Why? Watch this. Job, let's start at verse 3, 1 and 3.
The book of Job 1 and verse 3. His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 300,000 camels and 500 yokes of oxen.
So, Job, when you read about men that had a lot of sheep, camels, oxen, they were rich.
Yeah.
That's what that meant. So Job was a rich man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. And his sons went and feasted in their houses.
So now Job, this rich man, has sons, and they all have houses in his let's say his campus. Read.
And his sons feasted in their houses, every one his day.
Everyone what?
His day.
His day. What's your day might be November 4th.
Right.
Your day might be June 5th. So I said everyone his day, they went and feasted. What do you do on your birthday?
We feast.
You go and feast.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And they went, and his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
And watch what they did.
And sent and called for their 3 sisters.
Yo, TT, Tammy, come on, it's my birthday. Let's celebrate. That's what they did.
Yeah.
They called their 3 sisters. Go ahead.
To eat and to drink with them.
What do you do on your birthday?
Eat and drink.
You drink. You
Yeah.
got cake. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
You good?
To eat and drink with them.
Uh-huh.
And was so when the days of their feast were gone about,
So it was so as they were celebrating their birthdays. Read.
that Job sent and sanctified them,
Come on.
and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of all of them.
So why would he? Do you know anything about sacrifice? Why people sacrifice? It was for their sin. Why would he get up and sacrifice for all of his children? Watch. Read on.
And for Job said, it may be my sons have
They
sinned,
did what?
have
They
sinned,
what?
have sinned,
What was their sin?
and cursed God in their hearts.
So would they sin and they cursed God in their minds? How did they do that? Because they celebrated their birthday. So birthdays is a what?
A sin?
It's a sin.
In the book of Satanism, it's called it the highest form
The highest form.
of worship, because in this particular day, for one day, you can worship yourself, and everybody else worships you.
So, like, is it a sin to celebrate his birthday, or is it a sin to, like, say, yeah, this is my day of birth? You know what I'm saying?
It's a sin to celebrate your birthday.
Okay.
And everything that comes with that.
All right.
All of the presents you
So,
get.
do you acknowledge it,
going
like,
out to eat, all of that stuff, that's a sin.
okay.
It's against God's laws.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
You know what's even heavier about that, right? Because all of us celebrate birthdays, right?
Yeah.
Majority of us grew up celebrating Christmas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, right? Can anybody name me? All those y'all know, right? Can anybody name me a biblical holiday that's in the Bible?
Yeah.
Easter.
That's not in the Bible.
That's not in the Bible.
What? Is it
And
Lent?
when
No.
Jesus Christ, he died celebrating a holiday. It was a particular holiday when he died. It was called the Passover.
Passover.
Do
How
they
many
kind
of
of
y'all
Lent?
ever celebrated the Passover?
I have before. I went
What
to
is the Passover?
I'm not sure, but I went to private school, so we always had.
Oh,
to
so
do
you
that.
celebrated with the Jewish students?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Unfortunately, yeah, but
So
yeah.
you celebrated it wrong, but
Yeah.
you did it. Okay. But majority of our people don't even know it's a feast called the Feast of Dedication in the wintertime. It's a 7-day feast, which we know today as Hanukkah. The word Hanukkah means dedication.
Yeah.
That's what Christ celebrated in the wintertime. But we celebrate Christmas, Mother's Day, all these different holidays. They come from a form of paganism. If you research each holiday, you find Mother's Day is the worship of the pagan god Ishtar, same as Easter. That's why it got bunnies on Easter. Ishtar is the goddess of fertility.
Bunnies that lay eggs.
That's why it's eggs and bunnies, because they say bunnies have sex all the time,
Yeah.
and eggs that represent fertility. That's what the god Ishtar is representing, the goddess of fertility. That's why every Easter you put on your best clothes. You know, the sisters, they put on their best dress. They put on that sundress. Got to get out. Bow. You looking? You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, you think in your mind, I'm going to find me a good Christian woman. But we know that she ain't Christian. Come on, man. We know she ain't holy. We know we all know that. You know what I'm saying? But you looking to hook up with this person. You know what I'm saying? Fine. That's when you put your best clothes on. You say you going in to worship the word of God, but really you came out with 3 phone numbers.
Maybe 5.
You know?
Hey, go to
Tell
Jeremiah.
me when we lie.
You ain't go to Jeremiah 10. I'm gonna show y'all something about Christmas, right? 'Cause I heard it mentioned twice. How long has Christmas been celebrated on the earth?
For a very long time.
And what is it? What is Christmas? What do they say Christmas is for?
Jesus'
birth of
birthday.
Jesus.
Jesus' birthday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got 2 things for y'all. First, we're gonna go to Jeremiah, then we're gonna go to Luke. So Jesus' birthday. Now, Jeremiah was born in the time of the Babylonian captivity.
Mm-hmm.
This is hundreds of years before Christ was born.
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
Watch this.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear ye the word which the Lord spake unto you, O house of
So
Israel.
we all speaking to the house of Israel right now. With y'all brothers. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord. Learn not the way of the
So
heathens.
the way of the heathen is Thanksgiving. The way of the heathen is Easter. All of this stuff is pagan. The way of the heathen is their birthday, right? On the other nations, when their birthdays happen, they would put us to death. We would be their entertainment, and we would be dying in front of them for their birthday.
Mm-hmm.
This is all pagan stuff. Read on.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathens, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Read.
For the heathens are dismayed at them.
So read on.
For the customs of the people are vain.
So let's hear about a custom that these people had hundreds of years before Christ was born. Read on.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
What?
Cutteth a tree out of the forest.
What did people do?
Cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Okay.
The workman of the hands, of the workman of the axe.
Read.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
What did they put on that tree?
They deck it with silver and gold.
What does that sound like?
Christmas tree.
But this is not Christ's birthday. Christ was born hundreds of years after this.
We all heard that song, Silver and Gold.
It says they deck it with silver and gold. Read.
And they fasten it with nails and with hammers that it move not.
Where do you put it? Normally, people put it in front of a window. It don't move. That's Christmas. The Bible says don't do that. Don't learn the way of the heathen. Read on.
They are upright as the palm tree.
So back then they used the palm tree. Nowadays they use the evergreen tree, or a symbolic evergreen tree. Come on.
But speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go.
They have to be picked up and moved, because that idol can't move on its own. Because what it is idolatry. It represents Nimrod. And then you got the baby in the manger. That represents Tammuz. Because was Christ born in the wintertime? Go to Luke chapter 2.
Can I finish this off too?
Yeah, finish it up.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither so it is to do good. Because remember, they tell you Santa Claus, don't be bad, because he knows you when you sleeping. You know if you naughty or nice.
Right.
Because back then they would say you got to be good and you got to put you got to give offerings under the tree. It's the same thing now. We put presents under the tree. You put an offering under the tree and you got to be good because Santa Claus is watching you. But the Bible say they can't do nothing. It's fake. Don't do that. All right. Now you going to Acts 2?
No, Luke 2.
Excuse me, Luke 2. Yeah.
So, because they say Christ was born December 25th, right?
Yeah.
That's normally what they say, right? That's why they celebrate that.
My grandma told me he was really born in like September or something, for real.
That's not true either.
Yeah, they said the stars was different.
Because we just read that in Babylon, which is hundreds of years before Christ, they were celebrating Christmas.
They was already celebrating.
Been celebrating before he was even born. So it can't be about his birthday. Now watch this. Go to Luke. Let's start at verse 3.
The book of Luke.
I'll start at verse 3.
The book of Luke, chapter 2 and verse 3. And went all they to be taxed, everyone in his own city.
The history behind this, Joseph and Mary have to go to their own city so that they can be taxed around tax time. When is tax time?
February.
Around this time.
Yeah,
February,
When do you usually
March.
get paid?
March. Yeah.
April.
Yeah.
Right? That's tax time. It's always been like that. Go ahead.
And Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city into Nazareth, into Judea, into the city of David, which is called Bethlehem,
Read.
because he was of the house and lineage of David,
Read.
to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child.
Being what?
Great with child.
So around March, April, she was great with child. When a woman's great with child, she's about to have that baby.
Yeah.
Read verse 6.
Verse 6. And so it was that while they were there,
Around March and April, come on,
the days were accomplished that she should be delivered.
she should be delivered. Now jump to verse 40. What's that? 42. Yeah. 41.
Verse 40.
Yeah, 40.
And the child grew and
So
waxed
now,
strong.
He was born around March and April. That's what we just read, right? Now verse 40.
And the child grew and
Now
waxed
he's
strong.
Getting older. He's getting stronger.
And the spirit was filled with wisdom. And grace of God was upon him.
Yes, the spirit was on him. Come on.
Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover.
The feast of the Passover is March, around between March and April, the month of Abib.
Yeah.
When was Christ born? Read the next verse.
And when he was turned 12.
So 12 at Passover is what that just said. Christ is 12 at Passover, meaning Christ turned 12 between March and April, not in the winter. Read.
He went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast.
Now, Christ was born on the Passover.
He was born on the Passover and he was killed on the Passover. And which is in the spring.
Springtime, and everything's new.
You know what's ironic? The zodiacs. I don't know if y'all believe in all that, but those only start in March and April, like the Aries or whatever. That begins the zodiac year. It doesn't start in January.
So we don't believe in zodiacs, right? We know that. We let's go to Deuteronomy 18. Concerning the year, though, the biblical year starts the month of the Passover.
Right.
When at the full moon, that at the beginning of the month, that's the biblical year in the springtime. That's when life is growing back up. That's the beginning of the year.
Right.
When life is growing, don't that make sense?
Yeah.
Why would it be a new year if everything is dead?
Exactly.
'Cause nothing is new. But when all the grass is growing, everything new is everything fresh. That's the biblical beginning of the year that you read. Now, concerning zodiacs, we want to put this warning out to people because zodiacs come with evil spirits. Like, listen to this.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
Now, the sacrificing of your kids, we know that today as abortions. Right? He said nobody should be doing that. Right? Read them.
Or that useth divination.
Divination is different types of witchcraft. Like you got the mixings of potions and herbs for spiritual awakenings.
Right.
We call that getting high. But that's what it's called in the Bible. Divinations. You tapping into magic. That's what it
women
is.
that bury your drawers in the backyard after you pissed
Yeah, that
off.
voodoo stuff, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, blood and spaghetti and stuff.
Yeah. That's what they be doing in voodoo. God said you shouldn't be doing that, right? Burrito.
Or an observer of times.
Now that's going into horoscopes because they tell you if you was born between this month and this month, your stars line up. Some women be like, I can't marry this dude because he was born in May.
Right.
Yeah.
How stupid is that?
That's dumb.
That's dumb as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's dumb as hell. He got 2 kids by this nigga,
Right.
and she gonna leave him because he was born in May.
Yeah.
Or they be like, don't go outside, or go today. You gonna get a blessing, and when you look into it, God telling you not to do it for a reason because it's something. Because a lot of people be like, oh, they don't believe in that magic stuff and all that stuff. If God telling you not to do it, it's some type of spirit that's really behind it. Right. It's something evil going on. It really works for certain people.
Yeah.
But for people who trying to be holy, it's going to turn out bad for you.
Right.
God telling them, don't do that. Right? Read on.
It says, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer.
Charmer. I was going to my lucky charms. These are my lucky this and that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Even some people tell certain people, you know, you gotta take that cross off. That's idolatry. No, this is from my mother, my great mother. Yeah. This is a charm that was left for me. It's a charmer. Right? Read on.
Or a consulter with familiar spirits.
A consulter of familiar spirits is somebody who be like, you got a cousin, I'm gonna bring him back. Any of y'all seen that Whoopi Goldberg movie Ghost?
No, I've never seen that.
What about, have y'all ever seen Scary Movie? Cat Williams was in Scary Movie, I think 3.
Yeah, 3.
And they brought him into the house and he was calling the ghost. He was trying to get the ghost out. He was like, yeah, this is a strong ghost. Them type of people will be trying to bring forth ghosts.
Yeah, like Ouija boards.
Yeah. That type of
like
stuff.
Paranormal Activity, y'all seen that?
Yeah.
They had the Ouija board. And
me personally, I don't watch none of that type of stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that.
They want to put those spirits on you. You know
yeah,
what
I feel you. But but that observer of time stuff is true. You know what I'm saying? But God said don't deal with that stuff. Right. Because it's evil. It's a demonic spirit behind it.
So, y'all don't wear crosses?
No.
Hey, let's go to Habakkuk 2.
Yeah, let's get that picture.
We don't wear crosses. We don't wear Jesus pieces. You know what I'm saying? We don't wear none of that.
They about to snatch your chain.
I would say, hey, my mama gave me this chain.
See? But I'm going to tell you what. Go ahead.
But you know that man, right? Mm-hmm. Right there. Do y'all know that's a real person?
That's an actor they using?
Depicted actor?
It's a man by the name of Sergio Borgia. Have y'all ever heard of a man named Leonardo da Vinci?
Yeah.
We all know him to be a famous painter. Matter of fact, all the Ninja Turtles is named after these 4 famous painters. Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello. They are named after these 4 painters. And these 4 painters was paid by the Pope to paint the new images of Jesus Christ.
I heard that. That's crazy.
Before, yeah, this is who that man really is. Before these painters painted him to be Jesus Christ, the whole world knew Jesus was a black man.
Yeah.
A man, the Pope Nicholas VI, he painted because that's his son.
Yeah.
He painted
Literally.
Cesar Borgia.
And it was a man that was alive. Somebody had to go in and engrave it. They had to make his face look like that.
Yeah.
They had to take their soldering tools and turn it into something that you would look at it and say, "Oh, that's a Jesus piece." Even though Christ is a black man, he didn't even look like that.
Right.
So, all of those things, like Samson was saying, it brings a spirit. It teaches you something. That.
What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it? Thereof have graven it.
Uh-huh.
The molten image.
The molten image, because it took heat to make that image into what you see. The molten image. Read.
And a teacher of lies.
A teacher of truth.
Lies.
A teacher to make you feel good. It
Lies.
says the cross, the Jesus piece, anything with the idolatrous custom, that's like the 6-pointed star. That's a teacher of lies.
Because a lie came with it. With the image, they said Jesus was white.
Yeah.
He don't look like that.
All right.
Even with the cross. You know that people was getting crucified before Jesus walked the earth, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Why? Why did they use that cross? It's a man by the name of Tammuz. It's not a cross, it's a T. It's a god called Tammuz. It's a pagan god called Tammuz. When people wear that cross, that's a representation of him, not Jesus.
Yeah.
Because you don't take murder weapons. And if your cousin got shot with an AK-47, would you go get a chain?
Right,
with an AK-47, be
yeah.
like, wear it, and be like, this is for my cousin.
No, I wouldn't do that at all.
But we do that for Jesus, the Son of God.
Right.
We put a cross on his murder weapon.
That time's up.
No, we gotta. Well, yeah, kind of. We gotta prepare for the next interview, man.
I got
Yeah.
I got two more questions.
Okay.
I've got two more questions. Do y'all so like if y'all have kids, are y'all gonna like speak the same word that y'all speaking us to y'all kids, or y'all gonna give them an option?
What's that? Train up a child.
Yeah, I feel like if you do it right,
Yeah.
you got it's the youth
It's what the
for
Lord-
real. You got to teach the youth to go.
So I have two sons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Samson, you have kids. He has 4 daughters. You had daughters, right? You ain't got no kids yet. You know what I'm saying? We trying to work on this game. But yes, I will, because as an Israelite, you're required to keep God's commandments. And so the law says, I'm going to show you, Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 7.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
So you have to teach the law diligently to our children. So when I'm with my son, I say, all right, son, look at this chain with this cross on it. What is this? That's idolatry, Dad. You got to be able to say that. That's me teaching him.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I say, so I'll show him a picture of a white man. Who's that? The devil. I show him a picture of...
Same way they used to call us the devil, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is the devil. I'll show him a picture of Black Christ. So who is that? He said, that's the Christ. That's King. You know what I'm saying? Who's the King? He said, Christ. That's teaching him, because that's what the law says to do. Read.
Teach them diligently unto thy children,
Mm-hmm.
and thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest down in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way.
So when I sit down to eat or sit down in the house, I'll come up with a scenario and say, what does this mean, son? What is that, son? Or when I'm walking by the way, let's say I went to the mall and I see a woman wearing pants. I said, son, is that okay? No, because Deuteronomy 22:5, Dad. Exactly. That's me teaching him the law as God told me to do.
Right.
So yes, we teach our kids diligently. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he'll never depart from it.
Right.
So I got a
It's
question.
instilled.
Do you guys like push this publicly through your children, like pass this information like through their friends groups, or is it just like private until like they get a certain age?
So with our you want to say it?
No, what was your question again?
Are you pushing this narrative like hey, son or daughter, push this to your friends, or just like private until like they get to a certain.
Do our
age?
children
Oh, do our
teach
children,
other
Like,
children?
amongst each other type John.
Well, a large portion of our children is homeschooled.
Homeschool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody not fortunate enough to be homeschooled. You know what I'm saying? Some people both people have to have jobs. You know,
Because the reason I
It's
asked
tough.
is like y'all are doing this to spread it, like how y'all doing it to spread it to us. So I figure like since y'all teaching.
yeah,
your
we
kids,
definitely got young
You know what I'm
men
saying?
and young women who understand that show their friends. See, like I can bring a 16-year-old up here. He can sit down and break down everything we just, you know what I'm saying, 14,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, even some real young man like 13 years old, you would be surprised at how much they know. And the same way we just flipping back and forth to the Bible, they can do the same thing because we have to be training these children. If we was taught at a young age this truth, Jesus was black, we must keep the commandments. A large portion of the decisions we made, the outcome of our life would be different. You know what I'm saying? If we was taught this young, we had this information growing up as kids, we would have made a lot of different decisions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't
But
be no
so
baby
that's
daddies. You wouldn't, you know what I mean?
that's
Baby
very
mamas,
important
stuff like
to train up the kids.
that. So we wouldn't have baby mamas, baby daddies, right? You see a lot with our people, right? Yeah. When you train, let's say you have a daughter, because it's more serious when you have a daughter than when you have a son. Your son, you tell him, you know what I'm saying, grow like this. You can teach him, he'll follow that. A daughter, the Bible says that's a weighty matter. Because when you have a daughter, you have to raise her up and give her to a man of understanding. That's not an easy task. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy task. You got a little girl. She has to be able to see. Oh, I can't be like her. She has her OnlyFans. I can't be like her. She's a baby mama. Yeah. She's a statistic. Yeah.
You know what's important? Another reason that's important is because I seen a video recently of a kindergarten teacher teaching her students sexy red.
Right.
I seen that.
Y'all seen that, right?
Yeah.
So we need to teach our kids Jesus is black. Right. And we need to teach our young women to modesty and self-respect because they gonna teach them Cardi B, WAP, Hot Girl Summer. They not waiting for them. They not waiting for them to grow up to teach them that.
Right.
Yeah. You know. So we gotta teach all age groups. Everybody gotta understand this truth.
Everybody gotta get this work, bro.
Yeah.
So when you say that, go ahead. I would say you say everybody got this work. Would y'all ever go to the Vatican and really like?
I know the Vatican has a lot of our images and things like that, but we don't have power to just go to the Vatican.
That's what I'm saying. Would y'all ever try to make that move?
What you mean by go to the Vatican?
Like go to Vatican, like Vatican, like
over.
spread or like
and
really
speak to because a large
Pope.
portion of the people
Go straight to the Pope in the car.
Our message.
Twilight shit.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
yeah, Twilight had the Vatican in it. I know.
I know what you saying. You
Yeah.
saying sit down with the Pope, right? But I want to read one scripture just to explain what you just said. Ezekiel 3, I want to say 17.
Yeah, that's a good one.
17. Because our mission is for our people.
oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We have sat down with dignitaries. Our bishop sit down with dignitaries, leaders of foreign countries. But majority of the time, it's our people. Yeah. No, we want to talk to the leaders of our people.
Right.
We don't want to talk to the Pope. We know the Pope is the devil.
Right.
What we gonna tell him that
like
he the devil?
Look at this picture.
Yeah,
man.
he look like he haunted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen to this.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
He said, I made you a watchman to the house of Israel. We to be watchmen. We supposed to look out for our people. Right. Read.
Therefore, hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me.
Our job is to give Israel the warning, not to give it to. Now they gonna hear it. When we on the streets, they hear us. But our goal, we not trying to change the white man's mind.
Yeah.
Right.
We trying to lift up our people and change how we think.
Save us.
Exactly. That's our goal. So
Okay.
you had another question too.
You
Then.
got one more?
You had two.
Nah, y'all fucked me up off the first one.
Bro, that's the second one, man.
Hey, I appreciate y'all coming on, man.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all
Thank
for
you
having
guys,
us, man.
All praise.
I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I ain't gonna lie.
What you
Wow.
think?
What you thought?
You was expecting us to be rambunctious and what I'm
Loud.
saying, disrespectful.
That is a lie.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I was
question.
expecting.
John 3:16. Enlighten me on that.
You want to open it up? I know you wanted us to go, open
No,
it up,
I'm
bro.
just.
Come on, John 3:16.
Go ahead. You just got time.
So watch this, right?
What
John-
did he believe, John 3:16?
Yeah, because I'm about to ask you. What do you think it means?
I hear it so much, and it's just so
You hear it all the time.
back and forth. So I don't.
Yeah, give him a mic. You know what I'm saying? The people need to hear this.
People need to hear it. What's your name again, bro?
Joseph.
Joseph. That's a good name.
Yo, thank you.
So Joseph, say John 3:16 from your mind,
See, I don't even
from memory.
I couldn't even.
Can
I
any
couldn't,
of y'all
I couldn't
do
even
it?
do it.
For God so
Love the world.
That he gave his only begotten Son,
Son.
that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, right?
But have eternal
But have everlasting life.
life. Right.
So watch this. Read verse 14.
verse 14.
I'll go quick. Come on.
And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
So now John 3:16 is taken out of context
Okay.
because the church uses it. They use one verse out of an entire chapter to make it a doctrine. But you got to understand, who was Christ even talking to? I'm gonna give you the whole sense. Read verse 1.
Verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus,
Nicodemus, or
a
what?
ruler of the Jews.
So what color was this man?
Whoa.
Whoa. Where's the button? Fire! no, it's white. He's not white. Yeah, we gotta hit you with what color were the Jews? We gotta read it because the word Jew comes from Judah, right, Joseph?
Judah, yeah.
The word Jew comes from Judah. So what color was the Judites? Like Solomon was Judah, David was Judah, Christ is Judah.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
Come on.
Judah mourneth, the gates thereof languish.
The leaders are weak. That's what the gates are. The leaders are languish. They're weak. Read.
They are black.
They're what?
They are
The
black.
Jews are what?
Black
Like what?
unto the ground.
What color is the dirt?
Brown, black.
How did God made man?
Dark.
How
From
did
the earth.
How did what?
From the earth.
Remember he took Adam from the dirt
From the
and
dirt.
made him. So
Yeah.
Adam was what color? He was
Black.
black. Adam was a black man. The Jews are black people. So now when we read about Nicodemus, he's a ruler of who? Black people. Ruler of the Jews. The Jews is all black. That's why y'all should go watch a book of Clarence.
Today we would call him like a
It's
pastor.
in my notes, man. I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
Go watch it.
definitely gonna have to watch that.
Gotcha, bro. Because
Yeah.
that's exactly how it's supposed to look. The Romans is white men. They're just like white men today, where they racial profile us and everything like that. And the Jews at that time,
It was
are
racial
black.
profiling in the Bible.
Yeah.
When you read, what was that, Luke 13?
What?
Luke 13:1? Let's go there.
I know, yeah.
Luke 13:1.
Let's read it.
Racial profiling in the Bible, right? Because at this time, the Jews was being ruled over by the Romans, right? The white people was ruling over these black people.
Yeah.
And a man by the name Pilate was set over. Listen to what he did.
There were present at that season some that told him of the Galileans, whose blood Pilate had mingled with their sacrifices.
So he killed them while they was worshiping God. Like, y'all ever seen Dylan Roof?
No.
Y'all don't know who Dylan Roof is? The white man that went in the church and shot them 9 people
Oh,
down
yeah,
south.
yeah.
The white boy, and they took him to McDonald's.
I know the incident.
Yeah.
I ain't know his name.
Oh.
Right,
Okay.
but you know the story though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they killed him. They killed them people while they was worshiping because they thought he was a good old white man.
Yeah.
The same thing happened in the biblical times. Pilate came in there and he killed them while they was worshiping.
That's racial profile.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? We go back to John.
Yeah, John 3. So Joseph, right? We just read about Nicodemus. He was a ruler of the Jews because we're talking about John 3:16. How it says God loves everybody. That's what people get from that. So let's deal with it. John 3:1.
There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus,
Yes.
a ruler of the Jews.
So this man was a ruler of the Jews. Him and Christ are having a conversation about the Jews. Just like if me and you are talking about this house, right? I say it's a lot of us in here. Everyone is able to go to the fridge and get a drink.
Right.
Does that mean that Sally that live down the street can come in here and get her a damn drink?
No.
Hell no. I'm talking about everybody in this house. That's the same thing that's the same thing Nicodemus and Christ were talking about. Everybody in the nation of Israel. Now jump to verse 14.
Verse 14, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
So the same way, as means the same. So as the same way Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. Normally when you ask somebody that, they don't know what the hell that's talking about. Have y'all ever heard of the serpents in the wilderness?
Wasn't that when it was about the bush and everything with
Nah,
Moses?
that's just
Oh,
Moses.
okay.
But the specific story about the serpents in the wilderness, normally people don't know about that.
Mhm.
So now you got to hear about it. Who did Moses lift the serpent up to? Did he lift it up to Chinese men, to Japanese men, to white men. No, they weren't there in the time after they left Egypt. That was only us, the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
Keep going or go?
No, Numbers here. 21.
Numbers 21 verse 5. The people spoke against Moses.
So now this is why the serpents are even here, because the people was talking shit about Moses. Go ahead.
The people spoke against God and against Moses. Wherefore they brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness.
They was still, you know how black people complain. Oh God, it's hot. They brought us out of Egypt to die. Come on.
For there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth the light bread.
We hungry. We want to go back to Egypt so we can have something to eat. Go ahead.
And the Lord sent fiery serpents
What'd he
among the
say?
people. Fiery serpents.
That's poisonous snakes.
Amongst the people.
So, what people? The people were the Israelites. Just the Israelites. Not any other nation was there. It was just the Israelites. He sent fiery serpents, poisonous snakes among them. Go ahead.
And they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
They got poisoned and they died. Read.
I'm going to jump to verse 8.
Yep.
It say, and the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it up upon a pole.
So he said, put this serpent on a pole. Read.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he look upon it, shall live.
Read.
And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon the pole. And it came to pass.
Hey, you ever seen the insignia for
the serpent around
medicine?
the thing.
It's a serpent on a pole, right?
Yeah.
That's where they get this from.
Okay.
Because Moses put that serpent up, and anyone that looked at it, read.
And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon the pole. And it came to pass, if a serpent had bitten any man, that they beheld the serpent of brass, they lived.
They lived. So now when you got bit and you looked up and looked at the pole, you were straight. You were saved from that pain. That would teach you to say, all right, I shouldn't have spoke anything against God. I should have did exactly what God said. So now go back to John chapter 3. Now that you understand the full history and context.
It says, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
For the healing of the 12 tribes of Israel. Just like Moses lifted the serpent up for the healing of the 12 tribes, Christ died for the healing of the 12 tribes. Because when you read about the history, we were broken into two nations. Christ died to bring us all back into one.
So this book don't got nothing to do with the white people.
Nothing! This Bible is for us, by us, and to us.
Look, I know they got to go. Can I read one more scripture before we go?
Yeah, I got one more.
Because he just off what he said. Then we can close off this.
No more questions.
Look, Revelations 13 and 10, right?
Yes.
This is a closer, right? Because this book is our book. And it's important for us to learn our book. And it's important for us to learn our history.
Yes, sir.
Because salvation is coming for our people. But you got to be lined up with the book. Listen to this right here.
This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
So as a closing response, if you got enough sense to listen to this.
He that leadeth into captivity,
The person that leads another group of people into slavery.
shall go into captivity.
Who led us into slavery? The so-called white man. It said they must what?
Go into captivity.
They must go into slavery.
So we got to enslave them?
It's called reaping what you sow.
Yeah. Eye for eye.
They must. This is what Christ is coming back to do. Read on.
He that killeth with the sword,
They killed us with the sword. They created swords. They created these guns, these weapons to gun us down, to shoot our ancestors. They killed Martin Luther King. They set up Malcolm X. This is what they did. Every leader that rose up, they did this to us. Read.
must be killed with the sword.
Read.
Here is the faith. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
This is what the faith is the saints is about. All the people in the Bible was waiting for Christ to return to put the black man, who is the biblical Israelite, back on top of the world. That's what the Bible is about black people regaining their rightful status on the earth. And that's why we got to come back to this Bible. That's why it's important. It's important for people to see this and to hear this, because this Bible is our history.
That's right.
All praise.
Thank y'all.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Y'all crazy in a good way.
It is
Not in a bad way, in a
That's
good
good.
way.
We're fools for Christ, man. I like that.
That's your term. You just been saying crazy. I'm like, okay.
Hey, I've been saying crazy a lot, man. It's not a bad thing, guys. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man.
I have been
Thanks for
enlightened.
having us, y'all.
All praise to the Most High God.
Yeah,
Appreciate y'all for having us on as well.
definitely. Yeah, but let's talk to entertainment, man. I'm talk to him, Jay.
Your boy Fliz out.
Yeah, man.
And these are. Say y'all name one more time.
IUIC, can we plug the
Yeah, go ahead. Shout outs.
Yeah, good.
Israel United?
Mike.
IUIC Israel. Oh, excuse me. We Israel United in Christ. Y'all can check out the YouTube page, IUIC Detroit, as well as check out the website, israelunite.org, as well as IUIC in the classroom to hear from our elders, brothers, who got 10 times more wisdom than us. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to learn, y'all truly want to learn more, check them out. So, that being said, you got it.
Subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the flip.
Thank you, guys.
All praise.